That's a very good point.
The thing about grandfathering, those of us in any town who've lived long enough to see times change, many things are grandfathered in. The lack of sidewalks, needing sidewalks, lack of height of buildings, lack of tall towers, cell towers, solar panels, you name it. Where can a gas station be? Where can it be? And we all know that, particularly in rural areas and smaller towns, that it does happen. That something that's been there forever, it's like eminent domain or right of using something. So we have two things, which encompasses now 13 people, both of which the loss would impact the town. The cemetery would be a rather expensive impact because we'd have to replace those two people if they take a hike. So I understand that grandfather is not illegal necessarily.
It actually is.
Okay.
In zoning,
Well,
in zoning situations,
there you
it
go.
is
Well, I
illegal,
was
so.
in the planning, so
Right.
I think that it's not, I think it's something to think about when we talk about this, because we're not talking, when Mary Jane's point is well taken, but I think that we're talking about entities that have been around really a long time, long enough to be truly grandfathered, and that, as our town attorney just said, we could craft an ordinance that would exclude anybody but these two entities, and I just think, personally, that's what we should consider and look into it. Not saying that's the way it's got to be, but I think we have to consider it. I respectfully say, when you bring up the budget and fiscal, that for 26 years, I've not been on the council all those years. However, I know that the last time we decided to take some money away from them, the town absolutely said how they felt about that. Sure. And when we discuss our budget and things are taken out and nitpicked and whatever, I rarely ever, except just recently, did it ever come up we should take money away. And no taxpayers ever come to me to say, I really wish we didn't have to give them that money. Sure. I mean, I think we're here, us, you're elected, good. We're not. We're here because somebody voted us in.
We're elected.
Well, we're elected,
paid.
but we're not paid, right? We're elected because people want us to do what's right, and a majority of people have said to me and others, I think, that they think this is right. Now, the legality of it and your way of looking at it from the town, which you should do, might be different. I just think that when a taxpayer isn't revolting because we've been giving them this stipend all these years, that's something we have to consider. Just so we're not being obstructionists. It's just, I think that's a consideration we're charged with.
And I think if you go the route of the ordinance, hopefully you will get, the public participation in the daylight on it to clarify once and for all. Right. You're right, the budget line, 78,500, that's in there, it's identified, and it's got daylight. But I would wager most people do not realize that the town provides health insurance, and that's an important benefit that, if I can't open a book and explain, well, how do we get to the 70-30? The finance director just tells me they pay 70-30. My first question is why? Why not 50-50? Why does the cemetery pay 10% and the town pays 90? Why? And that's where this whole thing has come from. Why? We look back and we look at the resolutions and we say, okay, it was 100% back in 1990, and somewhere along the way we got away from that. There was no daylight. So we've got some daylight on the issue now. You hear from the public. Fair enough. Yeah, Mr. Baird.
This may be simplistic on my part. Those that are now on the program, they are let them be frozen in place. Any new employee goes by the books. They'll have to opt for one of these new plans, whether it's silver, platinum, gold. Is that another scenario?
That's an option. Absolutely, anything's an option.
Is that an option?
Sure.
Those that are there, they are frozen. Sure. They're there.
Right.
They're grandfathered. Anybody coming on board has to opt for one of these new plans.
That's a fair consideration that it sounds like we're going to have.
I think we should see everything.
Yeah.
If we could see a copy of a draft ordinance, if we could see an option like that, if we could see all of these plans side by side with what we're offering them now and everything else, I think we've got to throw everything out there and let's look at it all.
You could certainly debate it at that time. So, Mr. Baird.
I'm not a math major here. It seems to me that the Platinum Century preferred plan is a good deal.
I agree.
I have a problem. For 26 years, we have been subsidizing 30% of an insurance premium for people that are not town employees. How did that happen? And over 26 years, what does it come to? $1 million? $2 million? $3 million? We constantly hear arguments from the other side of the table about transparency, 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 transparency. Where did 30% come over 26 years? We complain about roads. We complain about bridges. We don't have enough space for probate. Whatever's out there, the railroad station, library expansion, what's ever out there. We're talking now $2-3 million perhaps over 26 years, 30%, and nobody has shown me anything where this magical 30% came from, and now I hear we are entitled to it.
No.
How can you be entitled to it when you're not a town employee? You're not entitled to it.
We don't feel entitled, but we're certainly.
Oh, you certainly do, because you keep asking for it.
Because
You
the town-
feel entitled to that.
No.
You keep asking. You agreed to this compromise. It's a great compromise. Now you want me to continue giving my tax money to an employee or to a person that the town cannot hire, the town cannot fire. That's not a town employee. And I refuse to give you, or continue to give you, 30%, subsidize you 30% for your insurance program, for your agency. I refuse to do that. I don't want to hear about an ordinance. I don't want to hear about a resolution. I am not going to give you 30% subsidy of my taxpayers' money, period.
Mr. Smansky.
I know we got an update from the Children's Center, but is this the same with Center Cemetery?
It is going to be the same for Center Cemetery. I met with them this afternoon, and we are going to work on doing something first.
Yeah, this is the same recommendation to subsidize December, keep them until December,
No.
subsidize till the end of the year.
Now, are you aware of the legal opinion from 2005 from Kramer and Anderson explaining why Center Cemetery can be on the town's insurance policy?
I'm familiar with it. I don't know the particular details.
Okay. Could you report back to us as to why you disagree with that opinion?
Well, we're not disagreeing with it. And there was an opinion, from what I understand, where you could put the Center Cemetery because they're in a different situation than the Children's Center on the town insurance. From a practical point of view, the same reasons that were identified in this letter, though, they carry forth with the cemetery. And having them subsidized as opposed to on the insurance is a cleaner and, frankly, it's better for the town. And I think it's better for the cemetery at the end of the day to have them have some control over the level of insurance that they want as well. And that's what we're recommending. Yes, Mr. Bear.